planned in any way, so I may not have a lot of participation on the live. I don't know. But I was not able to sleep, and I have not had an opportunity to make a reading, to do a reading, because I work. I have a 9 to 5, 8:30 to 5 job, Monday through Friday. So I had to cut back on my readings, which it was, a little disappointing, but at the end of the day, you got to pay the bills, right? And YouTube doesn't always do that. Welcome to whoever's joining me, and thank you for being here. I asked Spirit for a song, and I got Starting Over by Chris Stapleton. So I'm going to read you the lyrics to that song, and the reading is shaped. Hey, Rachel, what's up, sweetheart? How are you? Good to have you. Glad to have you back. If you're watching me on the replay, you may be new here. Welcome. Make sure you subscribe and take time to hit the like button. Share the video with your friends if your friends are into this sort of thing. I'm going to do a tarot reading, and I have a gift of mediumship. Hey, girl, what's up? How are you? Good to have you. So good to have you. You want to, hey, Sharisa, how's it going? Do you want to, Tree, do you want to moderate if we need it? I don't know if we'll need it, but it might just be the three of us here tonight. But good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I tried to rewatch the video that I made the other day. It blew me away that we had over 800 likes on both of the videos on Saturday and Sunday, because I have had 13,000 before, but I think it was just a fluke. Hey, Joe, what's up? Thank you for being here. Thank you. Aw, you are so sweet, Joe. I wish you were my next door neighbor. We'd have dinner sometime. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tree. So Tree's going to moderate in case anybody has any questions. Oh, my ears they're ringing and stopping up. So there's a heavy presence around me. Whew, let's see what's going on. The song I got is Starting Over. So we're going to find out what's going on with the moon. And I want to say that we're going to be having, welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy you were able to join me this late at night. So we're getting ready to have some major energy. There's going to be 3 eclipses. We're hitting eclipse season with a bang, are we not? The next full moon is going to be an eclipse, and it's going to be in the sign of Pisces. And right now, I have a dual ascending sign, which is very rare. I have a Pisces and an Aquarius ascending sign. Sometimes it's Pisces, sometimes it's Aquarius, depending on what time of the year it is. And right now, it's just happening to be in Pisces. And we're going to have a Pisces North Node, which means basically this eclipse is out of your hands. Like, it's going to be all about fate. So I'm really looking forward to the reading for that. I think that's going to be on like the 7th or 8th, something like that. I got to look at my astrology. But we're going to do a reading tonight, just for tonight. Hey, Arushi. Hello. Thank you for being here. Yes. And what's going on? Is somebody not being nice? Oh. Thank you, Joe. You're sweet. I think Joe's just being nice, you guys. I think he's a sweet guy. Okay, so, oh my God. This lady, she's an old friend of mine, but she will not stop texting me. Like, she wasn't there when my husband died. She wasn't there unless she needed money, and then she would call me and ask me for money. So now here it is 11:24 at night, and she's texting me. What do you think she wants? She's a crackhead. What do you think she wants? And I don't mean to be disrespectful to call her that, but if you're going to live that kind of life, that's what you are. And I just don't have time for it, and I'm sick of it. Like, people who can't treat me with respect and equally give as much as they take in my life have to go. And that's just as simple as it is. I don't give a damn who you are. I don't care if you're related to me. If you just use me and take advantage of me, you gotta go. You gotta go. Because whatever you allow will continue. You understand what I'm saying? All right, so let's talk about what's going on tonight. I'm going to skip over all of the astrology, I think, because we're going to get into that heavily tomorrow, and I'm going to go straight into the song, which is Starting Over by Chris Stapleton, and I'm going to tell you the words, because if you're new here, the words shape the reading. And so somebody in the collective, all of us in the collective, let's just say all of us, are starting over in some way. And that's what eclipses are about, is starting over. It's about letting go of the shit in your life, like I was just saying. If people are just like hanging on to your coattail and they're just dragging behind you, it's time to let that shit go. You know, I'm too old for that now. I don't have time for people who just want to take advantage of me. I don't care who you are. Okay, well, the road rolls out like a welcome mat to a better place than the one we're at. And I ain't got no kind of plan, but I've had all of this town I can stand. And I got friends out on the coast. We can jump in the water and see what floats. We've been saving for a rainy day. Let's beat the storm and be on our way. And it don't matter to me. Wherever we are is where I want to be. And honey, for once in our life, let's take our chances and roll the dice. I can be your lucky penny and you can be my four-leaf clover. Starting over. This might not be an easy time. There's rivers to cross and hills to climb. Some days we might fall apart and some nights might be cold and dark. But nobody wins afraid of losing. And the hard roads are the ones worth choosing. Someday we'll look back and smile and know it was worth every mile. And it don't matter to me, wherever we are is where I want to be. And honey, for once in our life, let's take our chances and roll the dice. I can be your lucky penny and you can be my four-leaf clover. Starting over. It don't matter to me, wherever we are is where I want to be. And honey, for once in our life, let's take our chances and roll the dice. I can be your lucky penny and you can be my four-leaf clover. Starting over. So we're starting over. We're having a new beginning. New beginnings are full of possibility and wonder, aren't they? I can't wait to see what this one's going to be about. Okay, all right, Spirit, may I have a prayer for this collective? Thank you for those who are watching now and on the replay. I hope that you will richly bless them for giving me support. Use whatever gifts you've given me, Spirit, and take over 100% control of my body, mind, and spirit. Only that of the white and most pure light is allowed to help me in this reading. And may angels guard me and protect all of this collective from anything negative that might try to come against us. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And this is a prayer of recovery. So you may be someone who is in recovery from drugs and alcohol. And maybe you have people in your life who, because I know I'm in recovery. I've been in recovery for a while now. And since 2011, when I went to treatment, and I stayed there for a year and a half, and I came back home and I was reunited with my children. And then I went back to college and I earned my master's degree in human services. And now I work for the LMEMCO of my state. So I work for the state. And I basically help people who have severe and persistent mental illness get housing And it's not just temporary housing, it's permanent housing. And we give them the support for their mental health needs so they can be stable and live in the community instead of end up in nursing homes and assisted living. So that's what I do when I'm not doing readings. And recently I found out that my health is not all that great. I went to see my primary care doctor and he did confirm the radiology report was correct. And I do have a mass that needs to be evaluated as he said cancer. And I'm being referred to an oncologist for treatment. So we'll find out more about that in the coming days. But for right now, I'm just going to beat it. I'm not going to let it slow me down. I'm going to live the life that I have planned. I'm starting over. And this is not the end. It's the end of an era in my life, but it's the beginning of something even more beautiful. And I'm trusting Spirit for that. And so let's just wait and see what happens. All right, so we're starting over, Spirit says. Let's see what virtues we're being. What virtues? I can't even speak. Kindness came out. All of them came out sideways. But see, kindness is upright when it's sideways. So it's upright. Gentleness is in reverse. So you're kind but not gentle, and you haven't been able to forgive. You have not really got a lot of patience, and you don't. Oh, you're a rebel. You're not obedient. You sound a little bit like me, but you do have self-control. So yeah, I think somebody here is in recovery, but I think that you still have some of those character, whatever. Your character is a little bit rough around the edges, but that's okay, because that's who we are when we first step into recovery. And we're not expected to be a guru when we're on step one, are we? And that's what that dice would have indicated, is that we're on step one. Step one is about admitting that we're powerless, right? We have self-control, though, and we have no compassion. And I have none right now. For that lady that calls me and all she asks me for is money, I think that it would be an error on my side to continue to show compassion to someone. I have compassion for her as a human being, and I love her, but I will not continue to show her the kind of compassion that she expects, which is for me to continue to give her money to feed her addiction, because I have to feed myself, and I have to feed my bird and my dog, and that's expensive enough without me giving somebody $700 that I never saw back again, that I was promised that they would pay me back. I don't have time for people like that anymore. So that's why it probably came out this way. Yes, I'm very kind, but I'm not going to be gentle with you. I'm not going to be patient with you. And I'm not going to keep forgiving the debts that you owe me by giving you more. So I don't have compassion. And somehow I'm not doing what I'm told. I don't know what that means. Or maybe we're not even talking about me. But every reading is about all of us as a collective. All right, let's see how Spirit's working here. What happened here, Spirit? This feels circumstantial to me. What happened here? May I see what happened here? I'm hearing Spirit. Hold on. Okay. Oh, Spirit, what? I hate when this happens. Excuse the way I'm dressed. I got up out of bed to do this reading. Spirit's telling me I have to read one of my poems. And I'm being told number 11. Oh, these are poems that I wrote, and I thought I had lost them. And when my husband died, I begged everybody to tell me, have you seen my poetry? Have you seen my poetry? I made a little book out of it years ago. And everybody said, no, well, you haven't seen it. Well, when my husband died, guess what? He had hidden it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Interesting, Spirit. Everything is. That's the name of this poem that I wrote. And it was in April the 20th of 2013. Everything is wrong, wrong, wrong. Everything is wrong. Reduced to the words of a country song. And did we not just sing a country song? Right, right, right. Everything is right. Cling to the truth with all your might. Give, give, give. Everything is give. And we will tell you how to live. Take, take, take. Everything is take. Be careful who you get it from. Some promises are fake. Love, love, love. Everything is love. Forget the rest. This is the best and only from above. Wait, wait, wait. Everything is wait. Life is one big lesson. Eternity its gate. Choose, choose, choose. Everything is choose. Take your pick and make it quick. You have everything to lose. Wow. A lot of that resonated with the reading so far, didn't it? Interesting. I don't even remember writing that, but that's pretty cool. All right. So somehow that factors into the reading. April 20th, 2013 could be significant to somebody. That poem definitely made sense to me. I don't know if it made sense to anybody else. All right. Show me how this happened. This is Sacred Destiny by Denise Lynn. How did this... Oh, that flew out. This happened because of security. Maybe you needed security. Somehow a campfire could be significant. Being in the mountains. Being out west. So this... And oh, yeah. Yeah, there's planetary alignments here. Somehow Native American factors in also. What's being hidden, or what was being hidden? Somebody was hiding their abundance. Ooh, hate when that happens. Somebody was focused and they were powerless. And I think because they were focused on money. So somebody was powerless and they were focused on abundance. They were hiding that from you, though. So they were powerless over maybe their addiction, and they were focused on your money. You feel me? What was being shown, or what is being shown? Do I take those? What was being shown, or what is? Come on. Angels of the Most High God. That they had inner peace, that they were at a standstill. But they couldn't stand still. Have you ever known somebody that was at a standstill, but they couldn't stand still? But they acted like they had inner peace. Like this person was a nervous wreck, but they acted like they had inner peace. Have you ever known anybody who faked it till they made it? This person is faking it till they make it. And they're definitely focused on somebody's abundance, but they're powerless, and they were doing that in secret. What's going to happen next? Somebody's name could be John. You're going to go on a voyage. You're going to go over water. But there's no love. There's no love. Love is like a missing piece here. Interesting reading, Spirit. All right, let's see if we can find out a little bit more about how this happened. Thank you for those who are sticking it out with me. I appreciate you so much. The tree is... our moderator. If anybody wants to get on the list, let her handle that for you. You can know who Tree is by that little blue wrench by her name. Make sure you subscribe and like the video and share it with your friends if you're inclined to do so. All right, how did this happen, Spirit? You wanted to spend time with somebody, and it's because you need security. So you went to spend time with somebody making art, love, or music because of security. All right, what's being hidden? Fill in the blank. And fuck feelings. You have logic for a reason. Use it. Fill in the blank. So what's being hidden could be anything. And it's like, fuck feelings. I have logic for a reason. All right, what's being shown? that you're going to stop trying to control everything and go solo. Okay. We're going to find out more about that. What's going to happen next? Because it's like, if you were with somebody, you're going to leave and go by yourself. You're going to go on a real fucking date. Somebody's not hot, they're not smart, and they have no great ass. And they are ungrateful. So this person is not, I'm not going to say they're ugly. But that's what it's saying. You're going to go on a real fucking date. Maybe the person that you're leaving is not smart, hot, and they no longer have a great ass because they're so ungrateful. Like, people can be beautiful on the outside, but if they have an ungrateful heart, it's hard to see that person as beautiful, isn't it? And somebody is saying that you fucked up and that you're just going to walk away. Yeah, so you're leaving, and probably because this person is maybe beautiful on the outside, but ugly to the bone. You ever know anybody like that? It's saying that you fucked up. All right, I'm going to pull a deck intuitively. It's called the breakup deck, but I'm going to use it intuitive. This could be a friend. It could be a family member. It doesn't have to be romance. Whoever it is, you don't love them. Somebody's arrogant, and this is secret love, is what I'm getting so far. Arrogant. You're being arrogant, and somebody has a secret love. Maybe they're being arrogant because of a secret love. And they know they have somebody in secret, so they can just walk away from this. Somebody is shutting down in secret love. They've shut down in their secret love. Somebody's going through a hard time tonight with somebody else. They have a desire to win, and so they're going to shut this down. It says, I'm going to look better, do better, and get someone hotter. It looks like they're going to leave and break up with somebody because they feel like this person is not attractive and they're ungrateful. Alright, show me how this happened intuitively. Okay, there's a divine union and you can't focus on yourself. There's a divine union. You left every part of me untouched. I realize now who you are. So this is somebody who is a divine union, and you can't focus on yourself, and you can't move on either, or they can't. What's being hidden? So this is a love story. What's being hidden, Spirit? That you're making a decision. So somebody doesn't realize that you're making a decision. What's the decision? They're going to decide that it's only you because I don't want any more drama. So if this person was with someone else and you were their secret love, it looks like they're going to decide they only want you now because they're tired of all the drama. They're making a decision. I think there's been an argument or a fight. And what's being shown? That they do not, they can't carry these burdens any longer. I can't handle these burdens anymore. What is so burdensome? Oh my God. Somebody is stalking and there's friend support involved. So somebody could be stalking a friend of yours, or you could be stalking a friend of yours because of it being a divine union, and you're making a decision that it's only somebody, like you're choosing only one person because of this. It's so much drama, and you can't handle the burden anymore. You're stalking and your friend support is here. Alright, what's going to happen next? Maybe your friend is supporting you because somebody is stalking. What's going to happen next is they will call the new love. There's a new love and they will call. That's what's being said. That's the outcome. Alright. And oh, you're going to get your freedom. Yeah, you're getting ready to leave somebody because you're sick of their shit, or reverse the roles if you need to. Or this could be the person that you are, having this divine union with, and you guys haven't been together and they've been with someone else. Like, you have to decide which side of this you're on. But this is a three, it's like a triangle. There's three people involved here. And I feel like the one I'm reading for is the one who is with the one they don't want to be with anymore. The one they're going to walk away from because they can't focus on themselves. They have a divine union. That's how it happened. What's going on now? They've learned their lesson. I'm learning my divine lessons and will soon be by your side. What are they hiding now? That they've moved on and they're getting a divorce. And what are they showing? That somebody did not forever change their life without even trying, so they can't move on. It's like, it almost has the feel, because this is a card of you changed my life without even trying. It's like, I wouldn't let you change my life, but I can't move on. It's like, I think you came real close to changing this person's life. In fact, I think you did, and that's why they can't move on. Why does this friend support have to show up here? Because somebody's tired of waiting, or keeping somebody waiting and taking it so slow. So the friend that's supporting you is because of taking it slow when it comes to not keeping somebody waiting anymore. It's like, your friend has really supported you while this person has like slowly drug this out forever. Or maybe that person is I don't know, somehow. Why are you stalking? Because you're fantasizing? Okay. And what's going to be the outcome besides they will call a new love? You're going to be all in my head and I'm trying to work. And I can't sleep at night. I'm up late at night. So that might be hence why I'm having the late night video. So you're all in my head and I'm fantasizing about you while I'm trying to work. Somebody's moved on because of a divorce. Secretly. I only want you. I want no more drama. And I've made that decision. Well, I'm learning my lessons because I have a divine union that has caused me not to have any ability to focus on myself. And you're fantasizing, you're stalking because you're fantasizing. And this person actually changed your life, but you wouldn't let them. It's like, I think they really did have a huge impact, or you had a huge impact on this person, but they were resistant to that change. And I think that's why all of this happened the way that it did. Somebody is over here secretly being powerless but focused on money. Like, they have no power. So I think this person over here, this person is maybe taking advantage of someone else's money because they don't have any themselves, and that's why they're powerless. All right, so that kind of gives us an idea. We see this as a divine love. All right, show me further how this happened. Somebody was compromising. You were trying to meet somebody in the middle. All right, what was being kept secret? That you were purging your family, and the answer was no in reverse. So you were doing a lot of crying secretly because of your family. Maybe your family didn't want you to be with this person, and they felt like you were compromising, or maybe you were trying to compromise with your family. And what was being shown? That's what was secretly happening. You also, again, you were learning your lessons. Oh, what's going to happen next? So Spirit's been teaching. Oh my God, this is beautiful, y'all. Somebody's awakening and healing. What is their awakening about? Show me the awakening, Spirit. Somebody talks with a list because I don't typically, but I have one tonight. They're awakening to the fact that they would not surrender. Remember, they wouldn't allow their life to be changed. You effortlessly came into their life and showed them a way that they had never seen before. And they wouldn't give into it. They just wouldn't. And that's what they're realizing. They're awakening to that. What's the healing? Healing for this? Where you've, where they've not seen their part in things. This is somebody who never realizes their part in things. They always think somebody else is to blame. It's never my fault. It's always you. Or it's always them. Like, there's always somebody to blame. This person's getting healing because of that. And they're going to reinvent themselves. What's going to be the outcome once they reinvent themselves? This person's learning a lot of lessons. They're going to lose their patience. Why are they going to lose their patience? Because they want out of this dark time they've been in. All this drama. Something happened this summer. What's going to be the outcome of coming out of that dark night? Oh, wow. They're going to stop settling for numbing. This person's been numbing. Whatever that means, I don't really know. Using chemicals, possibly. Drugs, alcohol, sex, TV, food, video games, Amazon Prime. Just filling their house up with senseless bullshit they didn't even need. Just spending money needlessly on any and everything. Maybe tattoos. And there's been it's been so unfair. This has been so unfair. I feel this person has really been unfair and mistreated someone here. What's going on with the other person? Romanticizing? What do you see when you romanticize this? Okay. You see divine feminine doing shadow work. You're romanticizing, but you're a divine feminine who does shadow work and you have big dreams. Let's see what your shadow work looks like. You could be me. This could be my shadow work. Spirit, what's our shadow work? I'm a divine feminine. No longer be superficial. We're not going to be superficial. We're not going to keep things on surface level. It's going to be deep and meaningful or not at all. Good for you, divine feminine. And you're going to stop being in pain. Spirit's helping you. That's why you're purging over here. I think your family is very much opposed to this for some reason, or something's going on with your family, and you don't want to say no to your family. Like, you might have to leave your family because of this divorce, and you don't want to do that. Anything else for divine feminine with healing? Divine feminine has felt incredibly empty. And I think somebody could have very beautiful blue eyes, and you may have had some dental work or some nasal reconstruction or some kind of facial surgery. I feel that this person not allowing the change to happen and them awakening to the fact that they're not surrendering. I think this person not like giving in to the connection is what has caused you to feel empty. And look, you may even have some doubt as to whether this is even real, and you feel like it's just bullshit now. And if you do, I feel you. Like, I really feel you. Spirit said to go one more time. Somebody's a coward and they're tricky. I don't think that's divine feminine. I think this is the other person. I think we have both people watching. And somebody's no longer going to allow this to make them feel unlovable. I think this person over here, this divine feminine, has felt empty. And she's tired of somebody being, like, superficial. Maybe she was. Maybe she was being superficial and she felt empty inside and unlovable. But she's not going to do that anymore. And this divine masculine, I think, or somebody else involved here, they were very tricky. They could fool anybody, but truly they were just a coward. Beautiful, beautiful reading, guys. This is amazing. Oh, okay. What would you say to this Divine Feminine if you could say anything about how this happened? I didn't know what I had until you were gone. Lesson learned. This person's really learning their lesson. I know the clock is ticking for us. Won't you wait for me? So they've learned their lesson and now they want you to give them some time. They just need a little more time. Okay, that's what they're saying about how this happened. What would they say about the secrets? That came out quick. I'm upset and I need some time to cool down. I think there's been an argument. I don't think it's been with you, but it could have been. What's being shown? Maybe they just haven't been talking to you and they're explaining why. We're so different. I'm trying to figure out how this is going to work. So there's some differences between somebody and somebody else. Thinking about you makes me emotional and I want to open up to you about how I'm feeling. And honestly, I pretend to be someone I'm not because being vulnerable feels uncomfortable. So this person would not allow that mask to come off. But thinking about you really gets them emotional and they want to open up about how they're feeling. Something's different, though, about the two of you, and so they don't know how it will work, or it's different about somebody. They could be telling you it's different with somebody else. What's going to happen for the outcome? What would you tell Divine Feminine the outcome is? Okay, y'all can't make it up. ... yes. Fill in the blank, yes. So whatever this person is promising you, or maybe they've been stubborn about and not really wanting to change, they're saying, yes, I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to change this situation. And I feel like you've moved on without me, and that's difficult for me to see. I feel that this person has felt you disconnect from the connection, and they know that you no longer are allowing yourself to be, breadcrumbed or taken advantage of or treated, like a side piece, because you are not chicken nuggets or chicken wings. You are a human being with feelings. And this person feels like they've learned their lesson big time. Big time. I don't know what they're going to do with it. It says they're going to reinvent themselves. It says they're awakening. It says they've learned their lesson. Or this could be you learning your lesson about this whole shit show. I mean, I feel that way all the time. Like, I've learned my lesson and I'm done with this. And that's why we did our shadow work. So we could maybe move on and be happy without this relationship. I'm not really sure. It feels like it could go either way. Somebody here has incredibly big dreams, though. I think it's this Divine Feminine, but reverse any roles you need to. Let's pull some tarot on this. How about that? I'm here to use the red deck. I have these cards because there's 22 major arcanas in a standard tarot deck. This deck has like 24 or so. 25, 26, I don't know. It has extra cards, and Spirit and I designated those to be Ophiuchus. And these cards got wet one night. I had a girl spend the night with me, and her dad was like a grand master in the Church of Witchcraft or whatever. He was a wizard, I think is what she called him. And he was crossed over, but he kept making the lights come off and on in the house. I was over at Miss Mary's, who, if you know who Miss Mary is. She spent the night with me, and the lights kept flickering and coming off and on. And when I went to bed that night, I got up sometime in the early morning hours, and when I stepped off the bed, I stepped in water. So I turned the lamp on, and I was like, what the hell? There was a big old round puddle, and it was like that deep, because it was all the way up to my ankles on my socks. And I had to mop that up. I got it all mopped up, and I changed my clothes, got my socks off, and I got dried up, and I went back to bed. And the next morning, I told her, I was like, you're not going to believe what happened last night. And when I explained it to her, she was like, wow. She said, I think it was my dad. I said, I know it was. And I went in there and I sat down at my table, and it was not this table, but it was my other small table. And I had these cards on one side and these cards on the other. And when I went to go pick the cards up, they were wet. And it was only the major tarot that was wet. Nothing else on the table was wet. They were soaking and stuck together. And some of you remember how upset I was about that. These cards were like brand new back then. And the Empress and the Hermit were stuck together. And she pulled his soul out so he could no longer soul surge, or its soul out. Alright, so there could be a Virgo involved here, and a Capricorn and a Taurus. Alright, show me how you're working in the collective spirit. So there's a couple of reasons why Spirit would ask me to use this deck. That's why I'm telling you the story. In fact, that girl told me the other day she needed me to do a house blessing for somebody in her neighborhood. And I told her I would try to do that this weekend. Okay, something is over because you made a decision to end it. That's how Spirit's working. There's a Gemini here and there's a Taurus vibe. Something is coming full circle and it's a choice, a decision, or a lover. Could be a lover that's over. All right, what's the energy to overcome? Justice in reverse and temperance. So is somebody like, have you ever waited patiently for something because you knew Spirit was going to make it right because somebody had done you so wrong and you knew Spirit was going to make it right? That's the feel this has. You have to overcome that. You have to be willing to forgive, and that's why forgiveness is in reverse. And what's going to pull it together? So far we have Taurus, Gemini, Libra, and Sagittarius. We had Sagittarius at the beginning too. There's a strong Sagittarius vibe here. What's going to pull this together, Spirit? Good, strong answers only, please, from the universe. Thank you for those who are watching me on the replay. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And if you're here live and you want me to answer a question for you, let Tree know, and she'll put your name on the list. Good, strong answers only, please, from the universe. It's like Spirit saying, you're going to have to be patient for this to be made right. Da, 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 da. This could also involve that divorce or something else legal. We have judgment here. You realizing the truth, or them. It looks like whoever this divine masculine is realizing the truth. And they are a high priest. Pisces in the house. And Libra again. Double Libra. This is also a fuicus, in my opinion. It's not in a standard tarot deck. It's a high priest. So this person is a very spiritual masculine. Okay, let's see what's going on here. What is going on? Spirit said use this deck. All right, why is the World card here? Because of the Three of Wands in reverse. You're not going any further with this. It's like the Three of Wands is when you're exploring the unknown and you want to move to the next stage in love. You're like, I'm not going any further with this. Why is the Lovers here? Because of you using good judgment. You're making a decision. You're realizing the truth. What's the truth you're realizing? Oh, wow. The Ace of Swords came out with the Queen of Cups in reverse. That's a Cancer. It could also be a Pisces. It could also be a Fuicus. But it's like, I realize the truth. Somehow this is you. It's putting someone in reverse. Why is the Queen of Cups in reverse? What's this truth that's putting her? You're wishing that this person will wake up. The truth is that you wish this person would wake up. All right, clarify the truth again further. Oh, the Ace of Cups came out, y'all. The Ace of Cups and the Ten of Swords. That new love. It's like you're wishing that someone would stop loving someone new. This could be a pregnancy also that somebody's considering ending. Somebody could be deciding to end a pregnancy for somebody, not for all. For others, this is a new love that you wish would end. This person might have somebody new. You wish that would end. It's got you all upside down. All right, why do you feel like this is injustice? I picked up the Temperance. Because of being, they wouldn't take your love, but they got this new love. All right, why is your Temperance here? Because it's moving real fast. There's a lot of quick, fast movement. Eight of Wands. You're moving real fast towards unconditional love and healing. That's what you're being patient for. It's for your unconditional love and healing to come very quickly. It's not coming quickly, though. It is coming quickly, but you had to wait for that. It's like it's all going to finally come full circle. Why is the Judgment card here? Holy cow. I'm not taking those. Okay. There's a Queen of Wands involved. She always represents, it could be a Sagittarius, but she typically represents like a very sexually charged, sensual. She can oftentimes be a karmic partner, and she's not a friend, or this is not a surprise. They won't clean up the karma. You're realizing that they're just not going to clean up this karma with this person, or you might be this person. There's a higher level commitment for sure involved here on the bottom of this deck. But what you don't realize is, because I haven't told you, is Spirit wants to see what's the tea. What's the tea? So let's find out. What is the tea? We're going to find out the tea. All right, show us how this happened, Spirit. Whoops, that flew out. Somebody was into you. That's how this happened. They were into you. Good chemistry, great vibes, and positive energy. What was being hidden? That they weren't talking shit. So they talked shit, but they hid it. So they acted like they weren't going to talk. What were they saying? Shine, thief, you're a phony, and a divination abuser. Wow. So they were talking shit behind your back and said you caught a case. This person talked bad shit. They said that you had no shine, you had no light, you were like, that you were just dark. That you had been a thief. You were an impersonator. You pretended to be someone you're not. And you abused divination. That's what they said in secret. But they were into you. What was being shown? This is the tea. That somebody was running. So this person ran. And what's going to happen next? You're going to ignore all of this bullshit because you really just don't care. You could really care less. That's what I'm getting from this. Because you know they're just a happiness hater. No doubt. All right, let's see what else is the tea. What else is the tea for how this happened? Somebody got caught up cheating, but they weren't fulfilling a fantasy. So you caught this person cheating, or they caught you cheating, or they caught somebody else cheating, or you caught somebody else cheating. What's being hidden? That somebody is insecure, they made a fake apology, and they were recording, announcing, and revealing this. And what's happening in public over here? They're calling somebody a bugaboo and saying that they had to have a pregnancy test. So yeah, the Ace of Cups is a baby that could have gotten lost. And what's going to happen next? That's how they know they fucked up, because the game is over. And now they're falling apart and want to set the record straight. Well, set the record straight. Set it straight. They were expecting a baby. They were having a private relationship, and they had a crush. And they weren't under spiritual attack. They had family time. They wanted a family with somebody. But I think maybe, I don't know. The baby looks like it's upright, but there's an ending close by this baby. Could have lost it, or they might be going to. They might be going to give it up, like abortion. I'm not trying to say what people, I'm not trying to judge. Let me put it like that. Oh, this is such a sad reading I'm getting now at the end. I don't know who's, I don't think this is you. I think this is what's going on with them. Somebody could have gone on a movie date. They're not toxic. And they're going to stand their ground and defend themselves. I put some cards in here wrong. Let me fix that. Things are kind of mixed up right now. I feel that because I'm having trouble getting the cards back together. Okay, so we're going to clean this gossip up. I don't like the fact that they were acting like they weren't talking about you, but they were. To me, that's not real. They're a happiness hater. You're not going to fight this person, and somebody's getting an offer made, but you don't realize this. Somebody is about, I think, to have an offer and they don't see it coming for some of you. What are the problems here? What are the real problems here for how this happened? Somebody was tired of getting crumbed and staying stuck. So you felt like you were stuck and being breadcrumbed. What was being hidden? That somebody was telling true stories. They were comparing you to somebody else. And they were talking to you but pretending like they weren't. And what was being shown? That they were acting like a victim. And what's going to happen next? They're going to neglect themselves. Oh, that's so sad. And you're not settling for somebody like that. Good for you. Good for you. I wouldn't either. Don't put up with being crumbed. And they act like the victim. They breadcrumbing you. Oh, they're acting like they're not talking to you and talking to you. Oh my God, that's making me sick. That's making me want to vomit. I mean, this person is sad. Sad, 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 sad. All right, Spirit. What's going to happen here, though? Like, I want to know what's going to happen with this Queen of Wands over here. They need to clean up some karma. They are internally conflicted. About what? The truth. They don't know. I don't think they know whether or not they've been honest or someone's been honest with them. What is the truth? They've been juggling. And this is over. So they don't realize this Queen of Wands right here, they're conflicted and they don't know whether or not this is over or not. But the truth is this person's been juggling them and it's over. What's the karma they won't clean up? The Three of Cups came out. There's a lot of partying going on and they've set boundaries somehow. Outcome of the Three of Cups. In divine timing, this person's addiction is going to cause them their downfall. Outcome of their downfall. Children are here. Humiliation. Six of Wands in reverse. Waiting in reverse. And the Two of Swords, like being at a stalemate. Not knowing what to do. So they're not going to know what to do about children. And they're going to be humiliated because they wouldn't wait for somehow their children. Oh. And look, they were deceptive about it too. They lied about it. I think this person got somebody pregnant and they ran. And this Queen of Wands doesn't know whether or not to believe it or not. But she's a fool if she doesn't. Because it did happen. It's showing up on my table big time. Alright, let's get these cards up. This could have been recent or I don't know. I don't know when it happened. It could have been any time. Time is not real. It's an illusion. Okay. Why is this person over here focusing on money in secret? Why are they doing that? Because of the that's their partying. They were unlucky. They were partying and unlucky when it came to maybe a drug deal or something. Maybe their drugs got out of hand, and so they were powerless over their self and focused on somebody else for money. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's like they were with somebody for money. And there's animals involved somehow too. Interesting. That sucks. That sucks when somebody uses somebody for money. Don't you hate when that happens? Alright, I'm just going to pull a couple more things and then we'll do some Q&A. I mean, it looks like is this relationship going to work out, Spirit? Like, is this person going to stick to their guns, like, and walk away and go solo and stop trying to control everything and go on a real fucking date? Are they really going to do that? Not within the next few weeks. Listen to your intuition. but in perfect timing they will. So that Spirit's saying it's not going to be in the next few weeks, but in the right time it will. So let's see when that might be. When would the right time be, Spirit? Spirit said tomorrow. So it's going to happen immediately, but not at tomorrow night. Tomorrow, but not at night. So this is going to happen for some of you tomorrow. You're going to get a call from this person, or they might show up at your door and be like, I need somewhere to stay because me and so are just not going to work out. We're getting a divorce, you know, and I don't know who's pregnant. It could be the one that they're secretly with, or it could be the one that they're leaving, because they were over here and they were purging family. I think that was somebody who gave up a child because they ran from their commitments. Whether that be recent or whether that be something that happened in the past. That's what I think. I don't know, though. Take it as it resonates. You guys are just as gifted, if not more gifted than I am. And you know that. I've told you that, like, every time I do a reading. And I'm not just saying it. I mean it. All right. I want to look at two more things. All right. How did this happen? Somebody lost their passion. Have you ever just had you were no longer attracted to somebody anymore? Remember, they weren't good looking anymore. They could have had children and lost their body, like they let their self go. They just stopped taking care of themselves. Or maybe they were just ugly inside. You know what I'm saying? All right, what was being hidden? That this was not fate. So secretly, this was not fate. Whatever they were doing, it was not fate. And what was being shown? That there were obstacles. And what's going to happen next? They're going to master a spiritual lesson. They're going to finally have integrity. And they're going to set boundaries. And there's going to be a second chance. Where's the second chance coming in? Who's getting a second chance? The marriage. The second chance will be with the marriage. Outcome of the marriage. Stability. You'll have stability in your marriage. That's the second chance. All right, so you're going to have a second chance in your marriage, and it's going to happen tomorrow. So maybe you just need to get a good night's sleep and take care of this situation. Do what you got to do. All right, is that the divine union? What's going on with the divine union? The divine union is practicing self-care because they don't want to have disharmony, conflict, and triggers. What's being hidden about the divine union? That it's fate. It is fate. That marriage you're giving a second chance is not. And it said that plainly. Look, and somebody needs to make a Venus offer. It's secretly fate. And you haven't made that offer. What's being shown? That you're not attracted to somebody and your North Node is here. What do you mean there's no attraction, no spark? Your higher self is here. Why is your higher self saying don't be attracted? Because they're clinging to their South Node. So your higher self is saying, even though this is fate, you take care of yourself. Don't argue with this fool. They're not making you an offer, even though they should. So what's going to be the outcome? They're going to continue to party. And they're going to continue to deceive you. Alright, so if the divine union is your actual spouse, then that is what I'm getting for you. Okay? And if they're not, then you might be better off in that marriage because this divine union is not healthy either. It's like neither relationship is good unless they're all one relationship. I don't really know. Alright, what spiritual gifts are operating here? Your heart's been broken. What else? Your family tree is here. So this is your family and your broken heart being mended. And you have music. Somehow music is a factor. And you're going to have a doorway. that's going to be opened. Somehow Spirit's going to open a doorway. All right, let's get some guidance and then I'll close. May I have guidance, please, for whoever this is for? Guidance for whoever I'm reading for. Okay. Wow! I haven't had these in a long, long time. I got Rockstar, Badass, Divine Badass, and Gelato Goddess. I feel like I know who I'm reading for here. And, oh my God. Oh my goodness. This is a lot of guidance, but it's beautiful guidance. I'm going to read it all to you. Somebody could definitely be a musician. Number 2, Divine Badass. We are Divine Badasses, guys. You may feel under pressure to conform, maybe to someone else's opinions or even your own previous plans or ideas. Don't give your power to make choices away to another, whether it's the choice of what to believe or how to behave. Don't give away your power to the past if it will take you away from what you know is true now. Even if it seems to be more difficult in the short term, trust that what you're living and know to be true and right for you is the only way that you can gain the happiness and fulfillment that you want and deserve. And then number 9, rock star. You may have a subconscious fear of being judged or becoming the target of jealousy that causes you to shy away from the limelight. You may mistakenly believe that being in the spotlight means that you're supposed to be perfect or better than everyone else. There's a higher purpose in standing apart from the crowd and being seen. Choose to accept the opportunities that make you more visible to others, trusting that you will shine and your truth and you will shine truth and integrity to make it a positive and healing experience for yourself and for others too. Back to number 5, Gelato Goddess. Have you given another the power to influence your sense of self-worth or your direction in life? Choose with care whom you allow to get close to you and to guide you. It's obvious and yet easy to forget that if we accept guidance or influence from another, we want to make sure that they are living the kind of life and being the kind of person that we aspire to be. You can learn from and be inspired by others, but you must stay true to yourself. Don't allow anyone else's voice to become more important than the voice of the divine voice within your own heart. And that includes my voice, especially mine. All right, number 16, freaking beautiful. Because I am just another one of us. You are here to march to the beat of your own drum. You can be happy and free whether the world looks at you with awe, admiration, confusion, love, or all of these at once. Others can love you even if they can't always understand you. Being different doesn't have to mean being alone. It's only when you try to change yourself to fit into a stereotype that you will lose your way, becoming unhappy, discovering obstacles, and feeling increasingly rejected or defeated. The universe doesn't want you to be someone else. It wants you to be you. When you quit trying to be, when you quit trying to fit in and enjoy being yourself, you win. It's a lot of guidance, but it's beautiful and it's true. And somebody is letting someone influence their life an awful lot when they have no reason to do that. All right, what would your best friend say to you about this situation? Because I have a feeling you have one. What would the best friend say about this situation? You've worked hard to get where you are. If you see something, say something. So stop tiptoeing around this person's feelings and just let them know what you're seeing, what you think is wrong, and what you feel is going to take to fix it. Because if it's not fixable, you're wasting your time staying here. I feel that there's a need to look at something else. Show me how this divine feminine, how does this person feel about her? How does this divine masculine? Okay. They feel like she's being tricky and elusive when it comes to being twin flames. or they're being tricky and elusive when it comes to being twin flames with her. I'm going to put twin flames back in. I'm going to put tricky back in different places. What's the truth about the divine feminine that she's just hoping? What is she hoping for? That there won't be any more distance here. There's a distance, or someone feels distant. How do they feel about her? They have very fond memories of her. So why do they feel like she's being tricky? Who feels tricky? Whoa. Somebody from their past life is trapped. So they're trapped. Even though they have fond memories of her, they're trapped with somebody. And because she's hoping and doesn't want them to be so far away or feel so far away, they're saying that she's being secretive about the twin flame. Maybe she's just being secretive. And look, somebody's going to make a confession. What's the confession? We got to find that out for sure. I haven't gotten... Where are my cards? I haven't gotten some cards I used to use quite a bit on this channel. Talk to me, Spirit. What would this person say if they could confess? What would they confess? They would say, if you only knew how much I care about you, and I know your fine ass is not single. So they're saying, I know you're not single. I know you're trapped, and I just care about you. What would the other person say in return? What the fuck is up with you? I should delete you out of my phone completely. Why do you want to do that? Because I smile when I'm reading, and I love the way you love me. So this person is just tired of the distance and the fact that you may... Oh, there's another card here. I often wonder how you... I don't have to wonder how you feel about me. This person is saying the way you treat me, I should just delete you because you treat me, like you breadcrumb me with your text messages even. That's the feel this has. And I know you're not single. I'm not falling in love with you. How do you feel about them? I miss you all the time. And it's late, really late, and you're not here next to me. That's complicated right there. So they're in a marriage, or you are either with this person and they're not with you, or with somebody else and you're not with this twin flame. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. All right, tree. Sorry. Is anybody wanting me to answer any questions? I see I have a list. Rachel, are you still here, baby? Rachel and Arushi, I think, are the only two that had questions. Are y'all still here? Rachel, post your question if you're still here, baby. And if not, Arushi, if you're still here, post yours. And if neither are still here, I'll catch them on the reading tomorrow. Did you have any questions? Does anybody have a question? If not, I'm going to bed. I want to do one more thing, and then I'm going to go to bed. I'm ready for bed. I feel to pull trinkets. I don't always pull trinkets, but I do have some trinkets for this reading. What would you give that would be perfect for this reading, Spirit? Oh, I got a whole bunch. Must be a lot of y'all. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You might be calling somebody sunshine. There's a compass. Maybe you need to go out on the coast, jump in the water, and see what floats. Oh, my God. That flamingo. Look, y'all. There's that wedding ring. Perhaps love. Strong is beautiful. There's the hanged man. We have the Fool, Aries and Pisces. I have a rose. Your name could be Rose. I have a rocking horse for that baby. I have a unicorn. I haven't seen Rhonda in a while. Maybe she'll catch it. Oh, another compass. Somebody's needing they need to find true north. There's a razor, y'all. Be careful with that. There's a turtle. Remember, you're having to be real patient. This person's slow as hell. Tramp stamp. I haven't seen these in a while. There's a Mustang or a horse. A leaf. That's a wild horse. And there's a heart that says love. All right, drink it from this other bowl, Holy Spirit. And then I'm going to close and go to bed. All right, I got sewing thread. So you're like into crafting. I got a cash sign. Remember, they were focused on somebody's money, even though they were powerless. The word wish. Remember, they're hoping. Sea glass. And check your eye chain, okay? I'm going to go one more time in this bowl. I got every journey starts with a single step. Remember starting over? A broken ring. Oh my goodness. Drive safe. I need you here with me. A little girl. Oh my goodness. There's another kid here. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Check this out. Twins. Somebody had twins. That is no joke. Somebody could have been pregnant with twins. Look, I have a D. Your name could start with a D. And I have, whoops. Beautiful. Just plain beautiful. Somebody is just plain beautiful. And she believed she could, so she did. And she most certainly did. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you all so much. Tree, thanks for the help. I love you. I love you all. And I'll see you at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the morning for another reading. I'm going to do September predictions. So make sure you come and bring your questions. I'll be happy to answer them tomorrow. Okay. And Cheryl's going to be there to help us. How about that? You're welcome. Arishi, did you have a question, sweetheart? Do you want to wait till tomorrow? All right. I'll see you guys at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there. I'm looking forward to seeing you, okay? Good night. Peace.